Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my ICPA in Practice blog. One of the things about small practice accountants, which I think is possibly remarkable, is the term, is that whereas when we're feeling unwell and we go to our local GP, more often than not, as soon as we mention whatever our illness is, the GP is prone to say, oh, you might need to seek specialist advice, and wants to start sending us off to see a specialist. And we seem to accept that without too much concern. However, accountants, for some reason, don't seem to want to say to someone, go and see a specialist, I need specialist help on this particular issue. They'd much rather seem to sit in front of somebody and expect that that person expects them to know absolutely everything about tax, accountancy, no matter what, which is obviously nonsensical. No one can know everything about everything. So GP accountants really should recognise that there are certain areas and subjects that is not their forte, is not their thing, could lead them into a problem. And when they're confronted by a client who asks them or questions it in writing, a query about it, literally the accountant should feel perfectly reasonable to say, hold on a sec, this is a subject that's a bit beyond me, or is not my field, whichever way you want to call it, but you can address, I'll get that addressed, I've got a specialist, I know someone who does understand all this, and we can get it resolved and talk to them. There is nothing wrong in actually saying, I don't know something. The first mistake you'll make is not to have it. If you're a member of any valid institute, you have, and you are in practice, practice certificate regs, etc., you will have to have PI insurance. Your institute will tell you what is the multiples, what sort of range of cover you should have. ICPA members know exactly where they stand with that one, but you should have PII insurance. If you make a mistake, and whether you have or you don't have PII insurance, if it comes to your attention that you've made a mistake, the thing to do is recognise it's usually in relation to taxation. If it is a tax thing that you've made a mistake and there's an error, be upfront, own up for it, work out what the implication is, talk to your client, point out that your systems within the practice have picked up that an error has been made, and get that error resolved. Don't try and fudge the issue, don't try and hide it and hope they don't spot it, because if it comes up, you're going to get in the worst mess. The fact of the matter is, if you've made a mistake, sort out the mistake, point it out, get it rectified, and take it one step at a time. If you haven't got PI insurance, that is the first mistake that you have made. To be able to recognise when they actually don't know something. Obviously, if you're going right across the board, what standards, we could be here all day. But in terms of knowledge base, you would expect any accountant or any professional to actually stand up and say, this is something that is outside of my knowledge or my remit, or even my partner's. I'll call my partner if it's outside of their knowledge, but to actually say, this is a specialist thing, but I can get you to an expert that I trust or my practice trusts, and we can deal with it. Pitfalls and trouble spots always to watch out for. Well, first thing that comes to mind, valuations. Share valuations, business valuations, goodwill valuations. Look, there are 1,000,001 ways to value businesses. There is no magic bullet. There is no simple solution. Usually when someone wants a valuation, be it of shares or be it of a business, there's a potential buy or sell. There is already, you should be on your guard, there is a potential claim. If you get it totally wrong, someone's not asking you for a valuation for you to just go off the top of your head, oh, well, it's Wednesday, we'll call it X thousand pounds. You're going to have to do some work on it, you're going to have to put your name in it, and it's probably wanted for a reason. And if that reason's proved to be deficient, boy, are you going to get in trouble. So share valuations, goodwill valuations, business valuations, obvious error waiting to happen, obvious field of possible errors.